get this new episode going. Did it go back up? No. Right. So basically, we are to go and meet someone according to the Radiant Horse soldiers. So we just got the Ethereal crystal in the main plaza unlocked. So, so let's see. Who exactly are we meeting now? And why is he being so mysterious about it? What this place is? You stand in the hall of Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees the Ratz-at-han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination lies just ahead. So inside here then, eh? Doman Delegate. I see. Ish Guardian Delegate. So welcome to Sandra. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to. Oh, so you, the famous Milari Vat, I knew at the moment that you stepped through the door, you looked one of those who walked through the hell. Shirab, but Sharbat. Shirabat? Shirabat? You call her Shirabat. Uh, Shirabat, please. You are speaking with Satrap's honest guest, savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? Uh, Come on, speak the way you want, lady. What disrespect is there to in paying a fellow warriors compliment? We are all here, friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally, than for the benefit of my countrymen, it's a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eosia. Scion of Seventh Dawn, Warrior of Light, and all around good egg, I'm sure. This Alright, why is this place? Your headquarters, I remember. I heard that you have been to Kokane, where you all seen all sorts of foreign embassies and whatnot. Well, we got them here in Ratz-at-han too. Other lands send delegates to oversee the trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there's the military matters to discuss with, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're not more than familiar with each nation as they represent, yes? We got representatives of from Doma, Uldain Alamigo, Limsa Liminsa, Britannia, yeah, and last but never let it be said the least, Ishkar. The eyes, ears, and mouths of the British distance between Ratz-at-han and their respective homelands. What does he look like, the guy's brother? He's got the same face. Uh, we we have used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all the leaders request few words from you, specifically you are a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your accounts? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Right. So, don't fall into despair and negative emotions, or you will turn into a monster. I thank you for your reports. The conditions under which men are turned into beasts and the tragic anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as the report of the calamity here in Taverny reached the grand companies of Eosia and Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us, and they began taking steps to assess the extent of phenomenon's spread. Our agents are able to confirm that for the time being, the skies burn only over the bounty, including this isle and Corvus. Alas, there's little comfort. There is for little I. All the throughout the allied lanes, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have heard, these incidents are similar to in nature to that involved the merchant Kazal. Uh, as was the case here, victims underwent change prior to hammers being set ablaze. So, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restrictions. If anyone anywhere occurs with despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? In Ratz-at-han, we call the first to change, which tend to be the biggest blasphemies. Fitting name as any to ensure the clarity of future communication. We shall urge our commoner as to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with this threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own group of elite soldiers to put down the so-called blasphemies, and they spawn as where they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's mind at ease, prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Yes, so it is for that very reason we turn to you. Uh, Pray lend us your strength and help us slay these blasphemies that plagued our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply up before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy is seen to possess widely different characteristics. What works against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go reaching out to save everyone, have a word with delegates and they'll tell you what to expect. Yeah, so I guess we are getting a dungeon in each city state then, eh? And with that, I do believe our friend here has a field to attend to. Spread us a thought while you are tucking into the finest cuisine, eh? You end the excited roll quest of for Endwalker Spirit quest line story now with tank the physical range, magical range, and healer rolls. Alright, so my rolls are unlocked now with this, eh? That actually kind of makes sense. Because each blasphemy is gonna be of a different type, so you get a different set roll. Okay. Okay. So I'm right now magical DPS, the red mages. So that's Ishgardian, is it? Okay, we'll do that later. Prefer give Sherbat hardness. She can be a bit boisterous at time, but it is simply her nature. Anyways, my apologies for keeping you from the hardened rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? You know the way to mirror? Yeah, I know it. I already know it. Glad to hear it. You are becoming familiar with our facility. You be pleased to hear that all the drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of the Radiant host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Ratz-at-han in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, and what we might honor everyone's legacy and Sir Master Vrtra well. You have my words that your efforts will not be in vain. So which one are you? I take it you are Mali. Uh, Physical range, okay. Amico is healer. Britanian should be magic tank, okay. So you are magical range then. Mali DPS. Oh wait, yeah, he's the magical range. Yeah, it's level 85 quest. I'll do it after. What was the? Yeah. Oh wait, it is named after that. Okay, let's just teleport over there. But yeah, I guess they have decided to take this because the role actions because this actually is a lot better than just having individual quests for each class. Welcome, when the setup asked us to internet party of honored guests. I was wondering who might that be. This is a lovely surprise to say the least. By the way, I have heard about Kazal from your friend Gratia. I understand there was nothing could be done, but was heartened to hear that he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beast. As for small token of our thanks, food and drinks tonight. Marid, Marid is treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? I'll take a cup of chai. Yeah, I like chai rather than drinks. As you wish, pray join your friend. I'll bring your drink. Bring you your drink. I, Yestola. Yeah, I'm standing on the stool. Welcome back. What did the Radiant want to tell you? You know, everyone else got their own blasphemies. Doesn't need to be mentioning the details. Yeah, they all got blasphemies. Actually, I should have sat down before for LP reason. Yeah, there we go.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
He
Here's your order, friend.
That's a big mug for chai.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
So we got 3 chai and 1 drink. Leave it to Gra.
Where do
Get
we go
drunk.
from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time we called it Elpis. You'll do well to remember the name. Wonder.
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
There is one. There is one.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
The soul that Hydaelyn brought over.
Elidibus.
Oh yeah, and the other guy as well.
I sealed him in the white aurosite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. We can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
So we're going to the first. It would be an opportunity to look into the others as well, then. Yeah, that's a good point.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
You know it, man. You
So
know it.
ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
Oh yeah, there were
So much left for you to see.
revelations. Yeah,
Where beginning ends and end begins.
yeah, they were revelations. First revelation was the a monster that they could not kill. Monster that they could not kill. And you know what the monster that they could not kill? Fear. Fear is the monster that they could not kill. Now, then, is there anything we have forgotten to mention? Your arms and armor, good order. Right. In that case, it's time we each attend to our task. When you arrive on the first, give my regards to Rain and tell her I miss her. Oh, the higher. Oh, the higher? Oh, the higher. Why is oh, the higher? At World's End, okay. Vrtra's Valiance. Oh, you got a title with that, okay. 539, level 86 weapon. Okay. Take this my spear vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate our system. And umbilicus. Uh, if even the smallest fragment of process acid remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for the access to umbilicus, please seek Lena for assistance. Chances are she still sends watch at the ancestors' gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to fullest. I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we have must be on our way, on our respective way. God willing, though we will see each other ere long. Right. Speak with Lena. Hey, Lena, where are you? Lena. My Nordic man. Oh, a nightmare, eh? Appropriate. Because it's a nightmare right now. Everything's a nightmare. Yeah. I'll pretty much use the amount roulette, so it's a red amount every time. Hey, where's the bunny? There's the bunny girl. Hey, Bond. Lie, you have returned. Have you been well, and you and the others? We have no shortage of troubles, but we are well enough. And things are as much same for you as they were here. My lord doubtless enjoying himself. Yeah, we got a calamity on our hands. He said this to you, those exact words. Oh, to know that he is happy. It fulfills my heart with joy. Thank you for taking care of him. When you next see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request though it is. Yeah. Tell him that we are all. Tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build our new lives for ourselves. In course of this occasionally bicker, but we never been more optimistic for tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we shall run the city in exact absence. Most of minded that the settlement council should continue to oversee the general running of Christiania, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but how we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have you recently have you recently observed a unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been curious that you asked me this question though. Some days Rin came back asked me very same. She was rather unsettled. In stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. She and other Christian youth just hosted a festival. You see, it proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than first. Between her preparations for festival and restoration of empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in such a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she couldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? Now, where is she? You wish to enter Umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find the ring. Please wait for me in the city in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say? I will be along as soon as I can. Where is Reen? Where is Reen and where is her girlfriend? Reen was being lovey-dovey with the Oracle of Darkness, but right, yeah, I'm just keeping my as names. Oh, that's interesting. Lemma, nice. Following the events cannot be skipped. You may right. Wait for Lina. No. I think I'm gonna start a new episode here. Yeah, for this next bit because it seems like it's gonna be a long cutscene, so I don't want this to go on for too long. So I'll see you in a second.